Hey, it's Venfurbon. Last video I did that was like this was the one on Pedro Ruiz and Mona Lisa, whatever her last name is. The one where the couple decided that a 50 caliber bullet is probably not going to make it all the way through a book. I was on 4chan, like people who are under the age of 18 usually are. And I saw an interesting thread on everybody's favorite living skeleton, Eugenia Cooney. Basically, the thread stating she's dead. At this point, it's not confirmed, but there's a couple pieces of evidence to support the claim. First off, there's a news article. There was a body found less than 10 miles away from her house of a female vaguely fitting her description. At this point in the news article, the police haven't released too much information. They haven't released the race. That's about it. Or name, obviously, because the victim hasn't actually been identified. It's a female between the ages 18 and 30, and she was murdered, bound by her legs and feet, and stuffed into a suitcase. Her body was found 10 miles away from where Eugenia Cooney lives, and on top of that, there is a random death certificate search-up site that has her name on it. But with those websites, pretty much everybody's name shows up, because it's kind of like Carfax. As in, you know, you'll go type in your VIN number, and it'll say, oh, that's a 03 PT Cruiser, but you gotta pay to actually get the info on it. Same deal, you could search up anybody's name on these websites and they'll come up. So here's the article. It happens in a town called Greenwich, where Eugenia lives, or lived. The main reason they think it's her on 4chan is because of this right here. Between the age of 30 and possibly as young as 18. Now, you gotta think. Either this girl was badly disfigured and beaten, or she was just so fucking skinny that they couldn't tell she's 30 or 18. On top of that, this girl was stuffed in a suitcase. It doesn't say she was chopped up or dismembered or any of that. This lady was stuffed in a suitcase. Now that's the other half of the reason why people are speculating that this body found 10 miles or whatever away from Eugenia Cooney's house could be Eugenia Cooney herself, as there's not too many people out there that would fit inside of a suitcase, unless we're talking, you know, I don't know if they show the suitcase. Unless we're talking like big airport luggage suitcase, I could see that. But that's another reason why people are speculating it's Eugenia, as this lady was able to fit inside of a suitcase. Now moving on, here's a website called recordsfinder.com. Yeah, it shows death reports. This is it just trying to sell me shit, but if you go back here, you search for the name, you scroll down, Eugenia S. Cooney. Basically, her name shows up here. This in itself doesn't mean that she's deceased, but it's just something to think about. They also have a little verified sticker right next to it, which is interesting. The thing, though, is these reports, yeah, it's got a little animation acting like it's actually loading something. These reports cost money, and your boy Venfurbon is jobless. So I'm not going to be the one to crack this one open, but I'm sure someone will. Now, as you see, it's not confirmed, but it's reasonable to imagine that it could be Eugenia. I've watched the video associated with the article, and it doesn't show the suitcase. It's just a press release from like the chief of police or something, just sending out condolences and whatnot, asking for tips. So let's go over it. There's, in the article it says the girl's between 18 and 30. Now, usually, I mean, they're just guessing, so they can't ever be too super accurate, but usually there's not that much of a discrepancy between the two ages. So that's the first reason why that might be a reason it's Eugenia. It doesn't state in the article that the body was super disfigured or anything. It's not mentioned. And it doesn't mention any dismemberment either, which is the second reason that the girl must have been pretty skinny to fit in a suitcase. Now, like I said, we haven't seen the suitcase. It could be a suitcase the size of a Honda Civic that they could have fit 10 people in. Regardless, though, with the current wording, it sounds like some skinny girl was stuffed inside of a suitcase, but we don't know yet. This is like 24 hours after it happened. Now, additionally, keeping in mind that article's from last night, Eugenia hasn't posted in the last week. You know, it would immediately debunk this if she released a video today or something. But that's a little third reason why it's possible this body may end up being identified as Eugenia Cooney. Finally, this is my good deed. Eugenia, if you are alive, stop making videos anyways. You're enabling young girls to go out and be bulimic, strive to be as skinny as you. Now, I'd say I prefer skinny girls over thick, myself. But Eugenia, you look disgusting. There's not a dude on the planet who would want some of that. And also, I'm pretty sure you'd die if you tried to have sex. But that's besides the point. This video is about speculating if Eugenia Cooney is currently dead inside of a briefcase. Subscribe to Venfurbon. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think happened.